Hello, children. Once again, I welcome you all to this English class. In this session, we are going to learn from Unit 2 Supplementary Reader. The title is A Shot in the Dark and it was written by H.H.Munro. First, we'll see about the author. H.H.Munro was born on 18th December 1870 and he died on 14th November 1916. He was better known by the pen name Saki and also frequently as H.H.Munro was a British writer whose witty, mischievous and sometimes macabre stories satirize Edwardian society and culture. He is considered a master of the short story and often compared to O. Henry. Besides his short stories, he wrote a full-length play, The Watched Pot, in collaboration with Charles Mudd. Now we'll see the characters. Philip Sletherby, a man who aspires to become a politician. Mrs. Solpen-Yako, a rich and influential lady of high rank. Bertie, son of Mrs. Solpen-Yako. Claude People Casey, a friend of Sletherby. Let's get into the story. Children, listen carefully. Meanwhile, I'll ask you questions. Okay. H.H.Munro was a British writer. He was remembered by his pen name Saki. His witty and mischievous writings were always on Edwardian society and culture. He is considered a master of short story. This is an amusing story which describes how a man considers himself smart and observant, finds that he had mistaken the genuine play of a strident youth. There was a re-election in Cheshire for the Parliament. Sletherby was under consideration by his party members. To become an MP in Cheshire, he had to secure the nomination of Mrs. Solpen-Yako, who had lot of influence in that country. If the weekend meeting with her would go well, she would support his ambition. So he feels himself a self-satisfied person. Okay, why did Philip Sletherby visit Brill Manor? Yes, you're correct. Philip Sletherby visited Brill Manor in order to get a seat in the Parliament re-election. Okay. Who was Honorio Solpen-Yako? Yes, Honorio Solpen-Yako was a great influential lady. Okay. Sletherby was on his way for Brill Manor, the country residence of his newly achieved acquaintance, Mr. Solpen-Yako. Bertie was a young man of about 22 who was bound on a rustic holiday. He was going from London to the countryside to go for fishing for the weekend. He was a traveling companion of Sletherby. He was engaged in searching furiously something. Actually, he had forgotten his coin purse after sealing an envelope with a crest on the purse. As he could not find his purse, he cursed and behaved strangely. His strange behavior caught the attention of Sletherby. Okay, what was the age of Bertie? Yes, he was 22 years old. Okay, where was he going? Yes, he was going from London to the countryside to go for a fishing for the weekend. Okay, to whom was he traveling with? Yes, you are correct. He was traveling a companion of Sletherby, right? Yes. The young man introduced himself as Bertie, the second son of Solpen-Yako. Putting forth his problem, he asked him to lend £3 for his trip, as Bertie heard that he was his mother's friend. He also added that he would give it back later on his return on Monday. Slatherby agreed after some hesitation. Okay, what was Bertie's problem? Yes, he was searching his purse. Actually, he had forgotten his coin purse. So, as he could not find his purse, he cursed himself, right? Yes. Okay. What did Bertie ask Slitherby to do for him? Yes, you're correct. Bertie asked Slitherby to lend him £3 for his trip. That too for what? Bertie heard that Slitherby was his mother's friend, right? Yes. Slitherby, who did not have belief in Bertie, started inquiring him about the crest and his mother's resemblance. Bertie pointed that it was the Yago crest. It was different from the greyhound current crest, which took place in a letter from his mother. He also stated that his mother's hair was dark brown, similar to his. But Sletherby found her with a blonde hair on his last visit. Discrepancy regarding the crest and Salpin's hairstyle had caused him to doubt the authenticity of Bertie. As he was not convinced with him, he denied his request. So, Bertie was left lonely at the station when he got down from the train. Okay. What was Sletherby's response to Bertie's request? Yes, Sletherby was very grave at the request of lending 3 quid. Why he did so? Because he was not able to believe him, so that he denied his request, and not only that, he left Bertie at the railway station when he get down from the train, right? Yes. Sletherby was received by Claude People Casey, who had kept talking about various things. All the time, Sletherby was gazing at the door panel of the car, on which 2 crest, demi-line, and a greyhound currant were displayed. While describing the appearance of Honoria Solpeniago, Casey referred to her altered hairstyle. Sletherby sat dumbstruck on learning that Honoria Solpeniago had changed her dark brown to a blonde just 5 weeks ago. Sletherby realized that Bertie had not lied to him, but he mistaken him for a fraud. Okay, what got Sletherby's attention about the car door? Yes, the door panel with the display of 2 crests, a greyhound currant, and a demi line holding in its paw a crosslet caught his attention, right? Yes. Okay. Why did Casey's word shock Sletherby? Yes, you're absolutely correct. Casey said that Bertie's mother, Yago, had changed her dark brown hair to a blonde just 5 weeks ago. So, this message shocked Sletherby, right? Yes. In the story Catching Youth, Bertie turns out to be just and truthful, who claims to be with embracing consequences to Sletherby, who was seeking the sponsorship of the youth's mother in a forthcoming parliamentary election. But Sletherby did not want anybody to fool him, so he has mistaken the youth. Seeing is believing is disproved in this story. Let's see few glossaries from the textbook. Embarked, boarded, speed, caught sight of, ineffectually, in vain, ruefully, sorrowfully, quid, £1 sterling, crest, a symbol representing a family or reproduced on writing paper. Blonde, pale yellow hair. Volubility, talkativeness. sedately, in a dignified manner, sumptuous, expensive looking. Let's see few key points for better understanding. In the story, A Shot in the Dark, Philip Sletherby travelled by train towards Brill Manor. He went to meet a lady named Solpenyago, a sort of influential lady. In the train, he met Bertie, who was the second son of Solpenyago. He told that his mother's hair was dark brown. He explained about the Solpen crest, but Sletherby pointed out to him that his mother's letter had a Yorker crest. Bertie needed 3 quid desperately and asked Sletherby to lend it to him. Sletherby was not ready to give money since he knew Mrs. Solpenyago was a blonde. Later, he came to know that Bertie's mother had changed her dark brown hair to a blonde just 5 weeks ago. Now only Sletherby could realize that Bertie had not lied and he had mistaken him for a fraud. Okay, children, up to this, the supplementary reader gets over. Hope you understand. Please go through the story in your textbook for better understanding and do all the given assignments. Thank you.